to be honest, this evening. I'm really not that fussed. Feeling quite depressed. I split up with my girlfriend, and as I say, I'm feeling quite depressed. Now, you might ask quite reasonably, why drag yourself here? Why come to this this comedy club? Far, far away from where you live, in the middle of the week, when you know you've got work the next day. It's probably going to be quite cold the next day getting home, and you know, you wait around for hours and hours, subjecting yourself to nervous agitation, just waiting to get on stage and do a routine which can't really be conventionally described as being funny. Well, I would just say, shut up, you imaginary bastard! Plagued by these voices, okay? I said, I spent on my girlfriend, okay? I felt depressed. Overnight, my bedroom went from where the magic happens to where the tragic happens. And then I lost my balance, slightly over there.
Element of danger, this is
I'll tell you what, element of danger. I fire it up, I'm under the end. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, overnight my bedroom went from where the magic happens to where the tragic happens. And like a lot of depressed people, I found myself just wanting to block it all out, just wanting to block out the anguish and the hurt and the pain, and just to numb my mind to all of those negative feelings. So like a lot of depressed people, you know, I wanted to block it all out, and at my lowest ebb, I found myself turning to the Jeremy Kyle show. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the work of Jeremy Kyle, but having spent some time with you amongst this audience tonight, I'm roughly about 100% confident that you at very least are familiar with the work of Jeremy Kyle. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that I've seen some of you appear on the show as guests on the actual show itself. Now, in case you aren't familiar with the work of Jeremy Kyle is an evil, hateful, horrible, evil, nasty, vindictive, evil, disgusting man who is also evil. And he presents a daytime TV show on ITV1. Yet if you access this daytime TV show on ITV1, it's preceded by a little station ident that goes ding 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 ding, ITV1, the brighter side. And then it plays the Jeremy Kyle show. And a darker, more grim 45 minute slab of humanity it is absolutely impossible to countenance. And then Jeremy comes on and his music is all kind of funky and upbeat, and he's got a little wah-wah guitar on there, and he's daytime, and he's coming down this like, well, Jeremy Kyle, yeah, hey, how you doing, sweetheart, you alright? He's shaking hands with his audience members. But in fact, if the theme tune was to bear any kind of relation whatsoever to the subject matter of the show, it'd be done by Slayer, and it would go a little bit more like, Jeremy fucking sponsored by Ocean Finance, because we've got your fucking kids. But it doesn't go like that. It doesn't go like that at all. But what kind of a man is Jeremy Kyle? That's what I found myself asking. He is a bastard. That's very much true, but you won't find that on Wikipedia. And unlike you, I've done my research, so you don't have to. Basically, I did go on Wikipedia for 10 minutes or so. Jeremy Kyle is married. He's married, and he's married to a woman who was born in 2 kids. Now, what kind of a woman would agree to marry Jeremy Kyle? There is a woman out there who has had full, consensual, penetrative, sexual intercourse with Jeremy Kyle on at least 2 occasions. And I know at least 2 occasions because she has borne him at least 2 children that we know of at the moment. Her name is Carla Germain, and she is a blonde model from the Birmingham area. A blonde model from the Birmingham area, thanks for asking. Now I know what you're saying, just because she dance go-go, that don't make her a ho-no. And you'd be right, but it does significantly lower the odds. Now at any time in the Birmingham area, there's at least 4 Premier League football clubs, each with a squad size of about 30, so that's 120 Premier League footballers we can imagine working the same kind of circuit as blonde models from the Birmingham area. So 120 Premier League footballers have probably come into contact with Miss Germain and said, nah, that one's not for me. Just how hateful and despicable a personality must that woman have to have made that possible? Kind of like a mix between Myra Hindley and Grotbags. And she's spawned with Jeremy Kyle, a guy whose personality is kind of like a cross between the T-1000 and Hitler. A man who makes Joseph Fritzl look like Ronnie Corbett. And they spawned 2 children together It is our duty as human beings to find those children, to hunt them down, to slash their throats and to dance in their blood, to save mankind from 10,000 years of terror. And yet, how did those children come to be? What is the act of full penetrative sexual intercourse with Jeremy Kyle like? Well, having been depressed, having had a bit of time to myself, I gave it a bit of thought and I imagined it to go a bit like this.
Oh, God.
Oh, you vile. Oh, you sick. Get a fucking job. Oh, you sick. Oh, you vile. You disgust me. Oh. Now go and get yourself cleaned up, love. Speak to Graham and the aftercare team. They'll sort you out with some counselling. See you back here in 9 months' time for the DNA testing. Thank you very, very much.